Greetings everyone. Been a long time since I made a video, a very long time in fact, so I felt bad about that and I figured I would give you guys a taste of what's new in the garage. I cleaned out a lot of stuff. I've been through like a bunch of bikes in the last 2 years. Anybody who's been following me knows that. I did the dirt bike obviously, which was, you know, the Apollo thing that I got. Then I got the Harley Sportster Iron 883. I got the Suzuki V-Strom 1000 adventure bike that I had. I had the Suzuki GSXR 750. I had the Can-Am Spider that I had. That's 5 right there. I'm probably forgetting one in there somewhere. Oh, I bought this, what's under this cover here is a 2012 Suzuki M109R Special Edition that I bought for a buddy of mine. He had to sell his bike before he could do anything, and he was going to miss out on this tremendous deal. So I bought it for him, and was holding on to it for him so that he could sell his bike, which he did, and he's going to be taking it in a week. This is the color. It's the cowl, and it's got a Corbin seat, and that's the backrest or whatever. But I needed something else for myself, and as much as I loved the Can-Am Spider, it was a little quirky. It had some quirks to it. It's a shame. I did like it. The wife really liked it. She even rode it, but it took up a lot of space in the garage, and it had to go. So this is what I ended up with. It was an amazing deal. I did buy it used. It only has 1,600 miles on it. 68-year-old guy bought it new, paid well over 20 grand for it, out the door. Kept it in his garage in his 55 and over community here in South Florida. He did a ton of stuff to it. Forward controls, Vance and Hines slip-ons. It's got this really bitchin' LED license plate holder on the back that has an integrated brake light and running lights and signals and all that. He's got a little leather bag that goes here. I have it off right now because I'm assessing this front fairing deal, which is right there with some stuff in it. He gave me 3 Harley Davidson helmets, all size large, barely used. I'm going to clean them anyways, but you know, whatever. It's got to be like $500 worth of helmets even used there. 3 Harley Davidson jackets, which I looked online, were well over $500 a piece each. He barely wore them in South Florida. They're like brand new. I did really well on this bike. I originally said, if I'm going to spend this kind of money, I really need to get a bagger. And I wanted, you know, because my wife and everything, she was like really into the you know, the Can-Am because she liked riding on it. But when I really thought about it, the whole time I've had the Can-Am, she's only ridden on it like 3 times. So I was like, why am I limiting the type of bike I'm going to get based on her when she only rides every now and then and a short distance at that? There's just no reason for me to limit my bike purchase. Street glides are asininely expensive, and I'm talking even used. There's 10-year-old bikes down here in South Florida. We're in the heart of summer too. It's like 100 degrees out. The humidity is redonk. You would think things would be cheaper this time of year. They got people trying to sell 10-year-old bikes, pre-Rushmore, long pre-Rushmore, pre-even frame change on the street glides and all that for well over 10 grand. They're out of their damn minds. Came across this bike on OfferUp. Completely shocked that no one bought it before me. Like, it was up for sale for a while before I even bought it. Cannot believe that no one took this bike before me. No one got to it. It was a hell of a deal. It was a steal. Guy was meticulous on all his record keeping and everything. So this is it. 110 cubic inch Screaming Eagle motor, touted as by multiple forms of media in the motorcycle world as the greatest Harley to date. And on my short riding experience with it, just bringing it home, I would have to agree. It does vibrate like a fucking nut shaker, I'm not gonna lie, but you get so much more power out of this motor without the counterbalancing. And you know, once you're cruising, you don't really feel the vibrations, but at the light, you know, it'll rattle your fillings loose. I'm not gonna lie. Thing is badass though. Just everything about it is exactly what I was looking for. I loved the Iron 883 I had, but it was too small, didn't have any guts to it, and I've owned a bunch of bikes since that Harley trying to find something that would fit the bill at a price I was willing to pay, and nothing was fitting the bill. I just kept going through bikes, buying, selling, and then came across this, and I really do think this is the one, kids. This is definitely the one. I'm gonna have to do a lot of testing on it and stuff before I can do any type of proper review on it. And there's already like a ton of reviews, and guys have been riding these things for a year that are gonna have better information on this than I do. But I am putting a Harley Davidson quarter fairing on here instead of the factory fairing, just because I like the looks of it better, and because it's a little bigger and is going to allow me a hollow in here to put store stuff, so to keep the lines cleaner rather than having the leather bag here just sitting in between, wedged in between. It's going to be tucked in there more. I might do a Daymaker knockoff headlight at some point, but for right now, just having the better fairing on there I think is going to clean up the looks. I do want to do the wraparound LED signals, get rid of this jazz off the bars here, clean that up quite a bit. Otherwise, that'll be it for immediately. You know, new pegs, grips, that stuff is all stuff I can tinker with down the line. The bike is pretty bitchin', and I'm very excited about owning it. The seat is a little harsh, but I haven't been riding, you know, a proper bike for a few months now. I've been riding that Can-Am Spider, which is like, the seat on that is like mush, so I got to toughen up a little bit. But Lucky Dave's seat is beautiful and all, but it's $450, so I might look at just a factory, you know, take off lowrider seat, you know, and then do the rear controls at some point. But that, you know, not the rear controls, rear pegs, I'm sorry. But that, none of that's immediately necessary. But I just wanted to give you guys a look at it since I got it, and give you guys an update video because I haven't done one in like forever, and let you see the awesomeness that is the 2016 Harley Davidson CVO Lowrider S. It is absolutely bitchin', and I'm completely thrilled about owning it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm sure as I get it going down the road, you'll be seeing what's under this cover here very shortly as well. This will be Doug's bike, and this thing is pretty awesome, and you'll be getting a look at that as well. And I'm sure we are going to run these suckers against one another, because that being a 109 cubic inch, this being a 110, although I do think that the Harley, I think it's a little lighter. I have to go look up the actual curb weight, the wet weights, but I think the Harley's a little lighter. This M109 is really, it's a fat lady. That should be the name of his bike. Top secret. You know, I don't want him to know that because he'll get pissed. I'll call it the fat lady. I'm going to call mine Mr. Mayhem because, well, obvious reasons, right? If people are going to joke about you behind your back, you might as well joke yourself and, you know, own it. So I think we're going to call this bike Mr. Mayhem. It's the first bike I've owned that I think deserves a name, a project name. So there it is. So guys, thanks for watching. Oh, also, I'm going to be doing a video soon on this. As soon as Doug picks up his bike and gets it out of here, I'm going to do a video on this. This is a 16.5-foot Saturn inflatable boat with a removable aluminum floor and a custom seating thing I did in there and all that, bimini top and all that. And I'm going to be doing a review and some info on that really soon as well. That's a whole nother ball game though, and of course you can see my kick-ass bicycle because you know how I roll. So that's it, guys. Hopefully some good stuff to come here, and we'll get back on track with some videos getting posted. Thanks a lot. See you soon.